I'm coming on this morning. I hope you all can hear me. Um, I'm doing a little talk and just want to share some beautiful things that I've learned about being here in Honolulu. It's just breathtaking. And this is the view from my lanai. I do have an ocean view and also have a mountain view. One of the things that I've experienced here is superb customer service and community. Good morning to whoever just came on. I'm doing a talk about some significant things I've experienced since being here, since moving here, and I'm gonna talk about the customer service, the work ethic here. I'm gonna talk about the culture and how, like, since I've been here, I hear like the music from the mainland, like the R&B music played here more than anything from people's cars. I'm also going to talk about the spiritual life here. So I'm trying to express my key points, the spirit life. I'm going to talk about, and also the food here. So let's see. So here, being born in Miami, it's a tourist destination. It's a multi-billion-dollar tourist destination. So the customer service in Miami is actually superb, and so the difference here. Oh, good morning. Shabbat Shalom, Gigi. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you. It's like 7 o'clock over here, right? So I know it's like on the East Coast where I came from, Atlanta, it's like 1 o'clock over there. So over here, the customer service is mind blowing, and I'm an ER nurse. I am an ER nurse. So that means, like, we have to be on our toes when we're working. Like, you can't slack. Like, it's expected that nurses operate in perfection. There's no room for error. So, even though we work at that level, and you have to be on top of it to work in critical care because patients' lives are in our hands. I'm seeing the people here are working at that level, and it's not for their money, and it's genuine. Like, the turnaround time for you to get a response from somebody is mind blowing. You send out an email for something, I'm telling you, before you can think about getting a response, you're getting a response back. You put a call out and you leave a voicemail at a business, I'm letting you know that business is calling you back. Somebody's calling you back before you even think about, oh, wow, let me call them back. No, that's not happening. Let me tell you, you call into a business like I've called Walmart and 7-Eleven because I wanted to get my itemized receipt. I left it, right? And so over here, like, I'm asking for the itemized receipt, and he's like, oh yeah, hold on, I want to take down your information. Like, he's voluntarily willing to take down my information to make sure the manager gets it so I can get my itemized receipt, right? So that's different to me. Like, usually I find, like, over there I've had to ask, for somebody to take down my information. Like, they don't want to go the extra step. And the courtesy over here is I understand why this is considered paradise. And before I moved here, nobody can say Hawaii's underrated. Nobody can say that, because the people are special people. Like, I'm in awe. Like, every day, because this is my lanai. So basically, I wake up to this view. So this is my view, the ocean. And I'm like, Lord, I thank you. Abba Father, I thank you. It's like in my head, I kept thinking about me being on an island. And you know, when I was married to my children's father, you know, we were on vacation. We went to vacation. We went on vacation, right? And so we would stay like in bungalows in Mexico, like sitting right off the ocean. Like when you wake up, your window, like, I have this curtain here in my room, and you keep this open, right? Because you're staying in a bungalow like that is literally outside of the ocean, like sitting on the ocean, sitting on the beach, and and I'm basically like now living this experience. Like I don't even have to close my lanai, right? The sliding glass door, because I'm waking up to the ocean breeze and the sunlight, and I'm seeing darkness descend, you know, every day. I'm so humbly grateful. I'm so humbly grateful. It's like I would picture myself in a bungalow, like the one in Stella Got Her Groove Back, the one with the open air. Like, I wasn't trying to manifest that with worldly money. I wasn't trying to manifest that. I just wanted it. And because I have oneness with nature, like, we're natural people. So the like the island this island will call those who belong here. And I'm going to link that to talking about the spiritual encounters here. Like, honestly, like, I don't care what, basically at this point, I really don't care. Like, I worked in hospice, and I can see dead people, right? So that's not fake. So I stopped working in hospice because they know I can see them. And I just didn't want that activity, because, you know, some people die and they don't want to. I just see a lot of things totally different from a lot of people. Oh, good morning. I'm this morning over here. Shabbat Shalom, Na Maria. Shabbat Shalom. So, it's 7 over here. It's like 7. So when I worked in hospice, you know, it was like the final, when like one of my patients, she was dying, and she died, and it was painful. But she latched, and I don't care what people think. Like, she didn't want to die, and then she knew I could see her when she died, right? So it's like I had to do my spiritual work to tell her, you know, you can't stay with me. You can't stay with me. So the spiritual here is not like that. They're at home, they're resident, they don't have a need to latch onto somebody else. There's even an article in this magazine right here. Let me get it. In this magazine, let me turn to the article about the spiritual encounters here. I didn't read the entire thing yet, but I'm not surprised that when I opened up this magazine, there's an article on the spiritual life in Hawaii. And when I say spiritual life, I mean like the spirits are active. They're they're resident. Like, they're here. Like, so this is it. And it says, that's the spirit. And it says, talk around in the dark of night to discover ghosts of the past, right? And so, yeah, so I need to read this article. Like, I need to read it entirely. I'm going to go through it and read it. But it's not something, like, to be scared of. It's a real experience here, that the spirits are residents. And they will come and check in with you to see who you are. So, you know, it's to give them respect, because they are the ancestors of the land, of the people here, of the descendants here. and I'm at peace with the with them, because they're not malevolent, they're not evil, they're not wicked. But I'm sure if they encounter somebody who's wicked and trying to borrow the natives here, they'll turn up on you. I'm quite sure of it. But they've actually very well welcomed me here, and I'm humbly grateful for that. Because I respect ancestral lands and the people of the land. It's their home. I'm a visitor. We all know, like, who we are on the earth. Good morning or good afternoon over there. Shabbat Shalom, Junior Chavez, Opacasio, my beloveds, my regular loves. I love it that you all show me love. I'm so grateful for that, because if you had a channel, I'd be showing you love on a regular too. I do that. And so the spiritual encounters here are humbling, and I think that's all I'll say about them right now. For right now, let me see what else I'm going to talk about. So I want to also talk about the food here is amazing. Like, I've eaten seaweed burger. Like, I never would have thought I'd eat a seaweed burger, but the seaweed burgers are like, it has garlic chicken in it and rice. Like, they have, like, rice is a big meal here. So that's pretty amazing. Like, that burger, it's like rice cakes, like literal rice, like shaped in burger, and the chicken, and then it's like rice on both sides with the chicken in the middle, and then the wrap is seaweed. So that, and it's called garlic. It's called a musubi, and it is absolutely delicious. Their ice cream here, they have a ice cream called Mauna Loa. Let me show you the chips. These chips are delicious. These chips, so the Maui style onion chips, let me tell you, they taste like those onion ring chips over there. They're like my favorites over here now. And so they have this candy. Oh shoot, I dropped it. Well, anyway, I'm not about to get up right now. And so the candy, Mauna Loa chocolate candy, it's macadamia nut covered with chocolate, and it's delicious. So yeah, I've been getting my little snacks in. I need to taste the local snacks, and they're delicious. Let me see what else I want to talk about. Let me see. So anybody have a question? I can answer your question for you. Let me see what else I want to talk about, because I'm just blown away. And okay, so also let me tell you, so honestly, like, the people who live here are not the same people that live over on the mainland. And I don't, are the ingredients all natural? That's what I really don't look at. I'm sorry, I really don't read the ingredients. Like this one for the potato chips, it says potatoes, vegetable oil, sunflower, corn, canola, Maui onion seasoning. Let me tell you, that Maui onion seasoning is delicious. I don't see anything that I'm not supposed to eat in here. And no, it contains milk. So yeah, and it contains milk ingredients. So I don't usually read the ingredients. I don't. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I've tried it, but it's just a lot. Like, if I can obviously see what's in it, then I will get it or don't get it. Because I don't overindulge in anything, actually, except love. I'm overindulging in love. That's it. I'm not going to go wrong with that one. I need to stay vibrating extremely high. So let me see what else. Let me see what else I want to say. And so the benefits of the ocean air is essential. It's good for the respiratory system. It's good for our skin. I can feel my body literally healing since I've moved here 2 weeks ago. I mean, I take care of myself. However, you know, like I was just starting to feel sick on the mainland. I was starting to feel really sick over there. And I've done an extremely deep detox, like, of my liver. And that's really intense. The liver detox is here on YouTube, and it's powerful, pretty powerful, where, you know, you better be prepared. Like, to do a liver detox, you need to have at least 3 days off where you're going to just be inside, because it's going to remove stuff from you. Is the ice cream better than Haagen-Dazs? Like the Mani, okay, let me get this off my floor. Hold on. So there's an ice cream by this same maker. So the Mauna Loa, right? So I have some Mauna Loa non-dairy ice cream. So if it's non-dairy, I guess it's better. That's just my assumption. I'm not really sure. But it's a mango lily koa ice cream. It is absolutely delicious. And it costs like $8 for the small container. But it's worth it. So I looked at it to see like the price range for it. And the lowest price at Safeway is $6.99 for that ice cream for the small container. And it's worth it. So I'm going to say, like, so far the Mauna Loa, because for me to pay that, to me it's really good. And then for it to be, it's non-dairy. So for people who are lactose intolerant, it won't hurt them. So far I'm going to say the Mauna Loa, this brand, is the best. It's the best. True, I will look on Amazon after Shabbat. Oh, good, sis. Yes. So look for that. And this bag right here of chocolates costs like $12, but it's worth it. Because I'm really cost conscious. I really am. I'm not cheap, no, I'm not, and I'm giving. So, you know, I'm going to buy nice things for people. When I buy them a gift, it's going to be something they like. I don't think I've ever given somebody a gift they didn't appreciate. Like, I will study the person to find out what it is. And I'm usually right on point with getting them the perfect gift. And I'm extremely grateful for that, because I care. And I'm kind of good with picking music too. Like, I can pick the perfect song to match a situation. And I'm extremely grateful for that too. My mom told me that. She's like, you really good at picking the right songs. And yeah, because you can say stuff with the music, as we all know. And so I'm glad y'all can hear me, because my girl Janet is playing in the background. Island life. Yes. And so, oh, let me tell you what else. Okay, so let me talk about the music. That was the other thing I want to talk about. The music here, like, okay, so they play the music. Let me tell you all, even in Hawaii, they play our music. I've heard our music played over here more than anything else. Like, I don't even understand, like, why there's so much hate. Like, it's just toxic over there, when, like, the whole world is, like, looking at Black America. The whole world is looking at Black America. Dot 457. Shabbat Shalom, beloved. Thank you. Welcome. I think you're new. I've never seen any comments from you. And so over here, it's so humbling, because, like, I'm hearing them play music from the 80s and the 90s. I mean, like, I heard them playing Babyface. That's gonna stick out to me. Yes, the first time. Hi, welcome. Shabbat Shalom. So I'm telling you, it's humbling. because they're like playing, like people got their windows down and they're like jamming the music from Black America, from the descendants of the children of Israel over here in Hawaii. The world is watching. The world is watching and influenced and love us. And people are so hateful. Like, we're so hateful over there. It's unbelievable and heartbreaking. Like, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. It makes no sense. And so, like, I'm here with my super chocolate self. And I'm getting so much love. I'm getting so much love. So much love. Like, this is my reward, because everybody should know love is the greatest commandment. It is the greatest. And you should love God with all your heart, your soul, with everything in you. And then the next is to love your neighbor like you love yourself, which means you should love yourself too. Yes, and that means the love you have for yourself is like not as selfish, like you humbly love yourself, that you can love your neighbor. And it's just waxing cold over there, and it's heartbreaking. Like, I can't live like that. I can't live like, I can't. Like, the hate is kryptonite to me. And basically that's what it is. The hate there is like kryptonite, and I'm like, I can't die from this. It's horrible and unbelievable when the whole world is watching us on the mainland, watching us, and how our music has influenced the whole world, basically, and the cultures, yes, because I was watching a movie called, it's called Parasite, that Trump shouted out. And I could see, like, even the swagger that the guy had in the movie with his suit on and everything, it just screamed American Israelite man. It just screamed the American Israelite man. It just screamed swagger. And so that movie's really good. You have to watch it. I don't know if they put English speakers over their words, but when I watched it, it was so good. I went back and watched it again with my daughter, and it was in captions because we don't speak Korean. So, I just, like, they love us. And so I think, let me see what I was going to say. So the people over here are different. Like, the people over here, like, there's, like I said before, there's no big I's and little U's. So the people are not the same over there. Because I was in Walmart the other day, and, people care about you here. So I was, like, buying some stuff for my new place here. And a white woman, like, voluntarily gave me money. And my thing is, if somebody gives you money, take it. It's like gonna bless them. So I see it as, when they bless you, they're gonna get blessed for giving it to you. Like, a white woman, give me some money. She's like, here, take this. It can, I want to make sure you get your stuff. Like, you're good. Voluntarily, out the blue. Like, I was, not, actually, I wasn't really that shocked, because I'm expecting better here. I'm expecting it. Like, so, because everybody's not the same. Like, there's, like, wicked people in every nation, extremely wicked, because I'm basically heartbroken by the hate amongst our people in America. I can't take it. It's enough to deal with the obvious hate. But then when we have so much hate amongst each other, that's lethal for a person like me. I'm sorry, it is. It's dangerous. I cannot. That's the reason why I don't go to Africa. I didn't move there, because they are just as divided and hateful. I can't live like that. I couldn't go to the other islands because they're evil and hateful too. I'm very sorry that it's my experience. It's what I've noticed. But here, I mean, like, it's beautiful. It's diversity here. It's diversity, and we help and care and love each other, looking out for each other. Like, of course, I don't understand better than most being biracial and hated as a child from both sides. I'm so sorry that's happened to you. So basically, honest, and I'm not going to take away from your experience. And I can imagine, like, honestly, I was thinking about that yesterday when I was listening to the unapologetic Negropian, and he was talking about Juliet of Blacksit, and he was saying that she's biracial. And the first thought came to my mind is like, that's very hard. That's more challenging to me. Honestly, that is more challenging to have to deal with hate from both sides. Like, both are rejecting. Both are rejecting. Like, I can't imagine that. And so for me, like, I feel the pain in my heart to even, like, be hated by my own black people. Like, when I was in, because I also did classes, went to Florida A&M University for nursing and the University of Miami. And one of the professors there, she's black. Like, I couldn't, like, she was hating on me because I was married and my husband was in Miami while I was at Florida A&M in a nursing program. And I set the curve for the class. I set the curve, like, for the hardest class, which was cardiology. That was like the hardest subject for most people. That's the one that would get a lot of nursing students. But I set the curve in the class. That heifer actually failed me. And I got an attorney, and the staff, there's going to be good ones of us that actually showed me my grade. And she was like, you actually set the curve for the class. You set the curve. You had the highest score in the classroom. But the professor, her name was Susan Baker, she failed me. She failed me. And so all the hate that I've encountered, from people just unnecessarily, and I think she was in her emotions because it was like, how dare you come and leave your husband when some of us trying to get a husband. And so that's not, my ex-husband was cheating. And so I'm like, let me leave and go to college and do my thing and make sure I secure my future. And I just didn't feel the need to be talking to her, telling her that, like, you don't know what the issue is. You don't know what my issue is, why I left. And actually, I'm not planning to go back. Yep, that part. I'm talking too much now. I was planning not to go back to him but I did. I went back after I finished. And, so, she was all in her emotions. You don't know people. You can see, but you don't know their background story. So don't be judging people because you don't know what they're going through. Like, he was causing me problems for absolutely no reason. It's cool. What? And I went home, like, we saw each other, like, every weekend. So either every other weekend I would go to Miami or we would alternate, or he would come up there because it's no big deal to drive from Miami to Tallahassee, like, at all. No big deal. But he was cheating. And I mean, like, so I'm like, I wasn't being appreciated. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to college and see how this works out. I'm going to go to college in another city. And no, he just wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen to my dad. Oh, well, you don't listen to my dad. My dad's a role model. Oh, well. And so I'm over that right now. But, but it's painful, because my children, I'm sad about that, But our two daughters, we only have 2 children. And he only has 2 children, and those 2 children are my 2 children. So, yeah. That's a fact. So there are some men around here that don't have maybe children. No, he's disciplined like that. But I don't know why he was not so disciplined to be monogamous. So let me see what else I want to talk about. Anyway, how did I start talking about him? But yeah, so the hate of our people, like, it's heartbreaking over there. It's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. Um, um, so I guess the only people that would come here and have a challenge are the people who don't understand the culture and come here with a big I, little U mentality. And yeah, and so they're not having it over here, and the spirits are not having it. And I'm not the only one that's encountered, the spirits here that are free. So there are other people that will tell others, yeah, like, I encountered spirits here. So they're going to come and check on you. They're going to come check on you and see who you are moving into their land. Yes. And so I've been welcomed here, and I've given thanks to them. Yes. To their ancestors, their ancestral spirits, and I deeply respect the people. And so basically, I don't feel a need to, like, fight for my place here. Like, I can go anywhere and let the Hawaiians go first. Yes. Yes. And even the Japanese people. Yes. And so basically I got 2 in 1. Because there was in 2019, just a little recap, I was going to go to Japan and Hawaii backpacking. And so basically I got Hawaiian with Japanese influence culture here in Hawaii. Let me see what else I want to talk about. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so this is my neighborhood, and like everything I need is here. Like, everything I need is here. Like, I don't need a car here, right here. I don't. I mean, I could, I hardly went anywhere when I was in Atlanta. So, but basically right here I would need to get in my car to go to places there still, but here I can walk to everything I need, or take the bus. It's called the bus, their transit system. And I'm extremely grateful for that. So let's see. Anybody else have any questions they want to ask? Yes. Oh, hey, Javier Fernandez. Yes, I live here. Yes, I live here in Honolulu. And I'm extremely humbled by it and grateful. So again, I want to talk about the diversity here. And it's beautiful. There's love. There's no need to feel like, I feel free. Honestly, that's the thought. Where do you go for a pedi and mani? I went to a nail salon called Tammy Salon in Waikiki. And yeah, so there are nail salons everywhere. Tammy Salon was best for my budget, because I was only accustomed to paying like $20 up to $25 to get my nails filled. So their prices are within my budget. But the other nail salons that I called, they were charging like $55, and I think that's for gel nails. But I haven't gone for a pedicure yet. I haven't gone I need to go, but I'm gonna go like probably in October. And I'm sure at Tammy, I'm gonna go back there. They'll probably be reasonable, like the mainland. And I think it, probably because it's Waikiki, it's more expensive, the nails. But Tammy's is the most reasonable over there. And I looked at like probably 10 salons over there, and they were the most reasonable for me. And I like what she did for my nails. I mean, my nails don't look that great. Like, I messed up the polish. Because the drying process, like, I didn't get up under their dryer to dry my nails. And then it'll dry differently over here because the air is different. So I needed to take a little, my nails took a little longer to dry. So I messed them up, after I got them done. But let me see what else is here. Everything we need is here. So one of the things that I looked at, because I'm a breast cancer survivor, and there are people who survive sicknesses over here, and the motivation and the energy that I saw in the people that I watched. I'm like, oh my God, like the healthcare over here is 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 superb, basically. And I talked to a few people and they were telling me the same thing. They were like, yeah, my uncle, he had like all these organ failures and he's doing great now. And I'm like, that's what I need to hear. That's what I believe. And so that's one of the reasons I'm also here. Um, so with the breast cancer survivors I watched, like they were like diagnosed and they were going through chemotherapy and still doing YouTube videos. What? You're going through chemotherapy and you're still doing your own YouTube videos. What? What? I'm sorry. I'm still speechless. So I need to like go to her channel. I can't remember her name right now. If it comes up, I'll mention it. But she's a military wife. And they were staying in Pearl Harbor. So I need to let her know that I moved here. Because she moved back to Atlanta. So I'm moving to Honolulu and she's leaving, going back to Atlanta. And she said she's going back to Atlanta because she needs to be around her family. And, she said like she just felt like she couldn't stand the place where her life was going so fabulously. Then all of a sudden, bam, she got hit with breast cancer. She said she keeps going back to the day she found out she had breast cancer, and it just changed her whole world. And so I understand that because when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, it changed my whole world. And so still like this is a reward. So I've been through a lot of stuff. Like, okay, so one of the other things, like my youngest daughter, she had 2 open heart surgeries. But you will never know from looking at her. And that was a really hard time in my life. She survived clearly. She's 19 years old now. You can see her video. It's in my channels tab. I have like 5 people in my favorite channels tab, and my daughter, my 19-year-old daughter, she's there. So you can go and look at that and look at her. And you would never tell. Yeah. So I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot, and like it was just kind of painful that, I don't know, like my ex-husband, like that's my ex-husband, like I still love him. Like I still love him. I'm not going to deny that. Like, he's the father of my children. Yeah. And, it's just like he has strong discipline because he's a straight boss. Like, that dude is the boss. Like, Rick Ross calls himself a boss, but the real boss, those Miami dudes. Rick Ross was born in Mississippi, and he just learned to be bossed up from Miami men. I'm shouting out my Miami men. Yes, I am. But, let me get back to that comment. I'm sorry. But I love all of our men. I do. So it says, what is that? Edward Parham, Syrian, blessings, keep my word to myself because it strengthens my inner resolve. I know obstacles in my way will gently dissolve. Thank you. Googleplex Spark. Loving Hawaii roots. Yes. Edward. Oh, loving. Oh, hi. Oh, hello, beloved. You're from Hawaii. I know. I love you. I love you all. Let me tell you. God loves you all. God loves the Hawaiian people. I don't know how to better say it. You all are dearly loved. Dearly loved. Dearly. Let me tell you. Yes. And so, yes, I'm sure you all know that. And so, so my ex-husband, yeah, he's extreme. He's well disciplined. But he just, I don't know, like, I think it was because it was primarily his mother. Like, I didn't divorce him for any other reason, even though he was cheating. I divorced him because his mom was wicked. And she was so wicked, she was doing witchcraft trying to kill me. Like, how you going to try to kill a starseed? an indigo child. What they call, all those names to people. How you gonna try to kill that person? How you gonna try to kill an earth angel? How is that possible? How are you gonna try to kill one of God's chosen? How is that possible, lady? How? And so then when she saw her witchcraft wasn't working, then she wanted to call me a witch. No, boo-boo, I'm not a witch. No. She tried to tell my ex-husband I did witchcraft on him. Like, really? You crazy? Why? Because he met me and married me in 3 months? What? No, probably because my dad raised me really well. Like, get over yourself, lady. And she was wicked. I mean, absolutely evil. But, the problem was, because she came from Chicago, and honestly, those people up in Chicago, people don't know that they are heavy into witchcraft. And the consequence of doing witchcraft is those demons want repay. So they're going to take some lives. And so the witchcraft in Chicago is off the chain. It's horrible. And, when you call them out, they're shocked that Like, I met this girl in Atlanta, and she's like, she's from Chicago. And I was like, oh, yeah, the witchcraft up there is ridiculous. Like, you all are unbelievably disappointing to God about the amount of witchcraft you do. And she was like, I was like, yes, I'm spiritual. First of all, like, I'm going to know so much stuff, and I'm not going to tell it all because I'm not. But I'm going to share some stuff. And I'm aware of that. And so I countered one of you witches in Miami. Yeah. And like, you don't do it. And like, one of the other things when it comes to spiritual people, like, it is so dumb, like, for other people from other countries to think like we're not spiritual. Like, get out of here. They sent us over here with our Bible. Like, they brought us over to America with our Bible and our Messiah, who left us the Holy Spirit. Like, he's called the Holy Spirit. Shabbat Shalom, Monsta, Mosheh, beloved. Hey, I love you. You know I love you. Yes. Did you connect with the man you met on your walk? Yep, we went on a date. We sure did. Yep. Yep, he's lovely. He's an artist. Yep, I sure did. Like, and so I got standards. And so we're friends. And, yep, we're friends. And he showed me some stuff because I went to his place, and he lives, yeah. So, hey, yes, I love you with a pure heart, babes. I love you. You were like my brother to me. Like, I'm sorry, I'm shouting out Aries people. I am. I'm going there. Yeah, because like the Aries men in my life are like, you all are just like mesh to me. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Like, I'm kind of biased when it comes to Aries men. My brother's an Aries. Monsta Mosheh's an Aries. Like, and he's showing me love like my brother, like my biological brother. So what was I saying to, okay, so I was also talking about, let's see. So, I don't know. I was talking about my ex-husband's mother. She was wicked in the witchcraft in Chicago, and it was her curse was returned to her. Yeah. So basically, yeah, it was returned to her. What she intended for me went back to her. Far worse than what she planned for me. Far worse. Same thing in the same category, but far worse for her because she died. And so, yeah, that part. And so let me see what else I want to talk about. So yeah, when Monsta Mosheh came on, like, oh my God, I love it. You checked in with a sister. Thank you. Okay, so what was I talking about? So, the date. So with the guy, yeah, I was talking about him. And so, yeah, so he lives here. He's definitely a resident. And he also travels the world. And also, so basically, I'm here. I'm not like, I got relationship goals, but I have standards. And so I'm like laying them out, like right here. Like, we were up in his place watching YouTube, right? And he was showing me the relationship between, oh yeah, thank you. That's of the ocean. This is my bed. This is my bed. And so that's my lanai. And so I sleep with this. I have not closed this since I've been here. I have not closed my sliding door since I've been here. And yeah, so I'm getting this ocean breeze in every day and night. Yes. So so yeah, he's an artist, and he was showing me the competition between Prince and Michael Jackson, which I never knew about. I never knew. Prince is like a musical genius. He was around like from like teenager and in Minnesota, because Prince and Michael Jackson are my two favorite artists of all time. Like nobody's gonna move them out of their place. And he was asking me, he's asking me like, who is my favorite? And I said they're equal. Like I don't have a number one between Michael Jackson and Prince. And so we were talking, and he was asking me questions. Now I'm gonna just kind of go a little personal. I don't really care. So he was asking me about, like, because honestly, like, women and sisters in their 50s are having babies, right? And so he was asking me about, he doesn't have any children. And he was asking me about having a child. And I was like, well, no, I'm not having any children. Like, I can have children, but I'm not. Because honestly, I made a vow to my ex-husband that I wouldn't have, I'm going to tell it is what it is. I wouldn't have another man's child. So I divorced him, and he asked me after the divorce not to have another man's child. And my ex-husband has always been able to talk to my heart. So it was no second thought. And I made an agreement with him that I wouldn't have a child from another man, and I honored it. And that's basically how it's been. And because he said, he was like, he want his only children to be from one woman, and that means her only children are from him. And that's just how it's been. And that's just how it is. So and any woman have a child from him, like, he's going to claim that child. And if she wants to be in her petty demonic emotions, she try to put him on child support, and she'd get it, and she'd get a lot. And so basically, the child wouldn't be hidden. So my 19-year-old lives with him. He doesn't have any more children. So this is not, like I said earlier, like, he's one that doesn't have any maybe children around on the earth somewhere. He knows clearly what he's doing. He's very disciplined, and he's bossed. He's bossed up for real. Like I was saying earlier, Rick Ross he calls himself the boss, but he learned it from Miami-born men. They're bossed up. I don't, like my generation, I'm a Gen Xer because they tried to X us the F out. That's what I say. But not successful. Don't leave us alone. We're like the knee babies. Anyway, that's another subject. But yeah. So yeah, Rick Ross is the boss because he learned it from the culture in South Florida, from those born in Miami, because they're bossed up. They are, like, yeah, like I moved away from Florida, from Miami in 2009, and I'm still very close to all the men in Miami. Yeah, like those are my people. Yeah. So, but my dad was born in Warsaw, New York. He's a New Yorker. The whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. Book of Enoch. Yes. I believe the Book of Enoch. Yes, even though I don't usually quote scriptures from the Book of Enoch. Yeah, I acknowledge Enoch. And Enoch is, one of the things that Christian pastors like to say, when you die. Shut up. Everybody's not going to die because everybody didn't die. Elisha was taken up in a chariot, and Enoch was ascended too. Like, they didn't die. And so basically get ready. They're coming back. And so to this plane, to this level, to this realm. And so, see, now that I am he, and there is no God besides me, it is I who put to death and give life. I have wounded, and it is I who heal, and there is no one who can deliver from my hand. Yahweh. Amen. Thank you, aka Zinsomniac. Dot 457. Amen. Amen. So excuse me for like shaking a little. I'm not nervous. I just haven't, oh, let me tell you. So I haven't had my coffee yet, right? So so you're gonna see me shaking a little bit because I didn't have my coffee. Now once I get that coffee in, oh, I'm gonna be stable. I am a big coffee fan. Like I am a major coffee fan, and I believe like Hawaii's like really big with coffee too. So yeah, I'm gonna discover like which one it is. I haven't yet because I just do coffee. I haven't put any special selection. I just do coffee. And so let me see what else I want to talk about. So yeah, so that's so my date. So thank you for asking me about my date, Gigi. So yeah, so when I told him about, I'm not having any more babies, and I told him about my oath to my ex-husband, he didn't like that. He was like, why would you do that? And I'm like, because I'm loyal. And my ex-husband laid down the law before I married him. He told me everything he wanted. He said, your weakness is my sweetness. And I'm like, oh, I got that. Yes. And then he told me, I don't have children from nobody else because I already made up my mind that when I have children, I'm having children from one woman, and those are the only children I'm going to have. And so that means she's not going to have any children from anybody else. Bam. So he gave it to me straight, no chaser, and he's a Scorpio. Don't come for me about, I don't read the daily horoscope either, so don't come for me, all of those people. But I'm going to let you all know. Yeah, so basically those astrological, it's mentioned in scripture, so I did post the scriptures about them. And, those characteristics usually can define people who are acting in their lower vibration easily. But when we ascend to like our spiritual appointment, level, assignment, gifts, then we shouldn't be easily defined by those astrological signs. But yeah, he's Scorpio. He has the same birthday as my daddy. My mama's husband. They were born on the same day. So actually, yeah. So I did that. I did. I married somebody who was like probably just as wonderful as my dad. It's just that my ex-husband wouldn't listen to my dad and stop cheating. But yeah, but he's amazing like my dad, my ex-husband. And yeah, so the guy, he didn't like that I made that oath to my ex-husband. And so my ex-husband right now is probably like, oh, okay, yeah, she's getting older, so she's timing out. Because, yeah, I told her don't be having no child from nobody else. But he has nothing to worry about. I'm loyal. I told him I wouldn't, and I did it, and I won't. And so it's not going to happen. So, yeah, so that's just how it is, basically. And so the guy didn't like that. So, and he made it clear. He was like, why would you do that? Because he doesn't have children. Like I said, he doesn't have children. So, let me see what else. Anybody else have any questions? So I'm just sharing a bit of my extremely personal life. I mean, I don't have any secrets, basically. I don't have any. Anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask on this beautiful Sabbath day? Okay, so can you all tell me like where you are? Like I see right now people in the chat. So can you tell me like where you are? You don't have to tell me the state, but you can tell me the coast, East Coast, West Coast, Central. I don't know. You could tell me if you were in Africa, in Brazil. I know Junior De Picasso, he's in Brazil. So yeah, you all want to tell me where you are? And let me see what else. let me see what else I want to talk about, because I'm in love with this place. Like, I'm absolutely in love with Hawaii. Let me see what else. Oh, so basically, honestly, I'm gonna tell, like, so living here is like living on an island. It is really like living on a resort. It's like living on a resort. I'm not gonna downplay it. I'm not downplaying it. I can't. It's not gonna happen. And I'm saying that humbly. It's like living on a resort, like a massive resort. Like the whole island is a resort. It is. And just going inside the store, you see like the cutest stuff. Like the cutest things. Like you see like little blinged out turtles that are like magnets, like paper clip magnets, like magnets that you could stick on your refrigerator. Like they're blinged out. Like I've never seen pretty blinged out refrigerator magnets. That's an example. And it's like so beautiful to like wear the flower in your hair. Like the sisters here, because that's what they are. The sisters here, like with their mask on, and they got their flower in their hair. I haven't bought my flower yet, but I found out where I want to buy it from. I saw like one, I think I was in Walmart. And so Walmart, they have the flowers, and I'm going to buy me a flower to tuck in my hair. I'm going to buy different colors to go with my head wrap. Yeah, so I'm going to be sporting my flower on a regular. So probably when I start going live and like showing my face, you all will probably see me with the flower all the time. Yeah. And let me see, like, it's amazing. Like, it is so beautiful here. Like I'm humbly grateful. I'm humbly grateful to be here. I feel like I'm back in my natural, I'm back in my natural habitat. Like, I'm an ocean person. I am an ocean and a sun person. The trees. Oh, that's my sis. Yeah. So, yeah. See, okay, yeah. So, yeah. So basically, yeah, this is it. And so, like, over there, I don't mean, yeah. So, like, there's a, like, over there where that's a code. Clearly, you all see it's a boat dock. Like, the boats are sailing over here all day. Then, I guess at a certain time, you'll start seeing surfers. Like, surfing is really real. And they have, like, beautiful, like, exercise paths where, like, people are out walking and exercising. And they have, like, they have Bible services on the ocean. They have everything on the ocean. I don't do yoga. Stretching is important. Like, you know, stretching is essential, but I don't do yoga. So, they have everything on the ocean. Everything happens. Let's see what else I want to talk about. Oh, and so basically I just feel free here. I feel free. Like, I feel free. I don't know how to put it in words, but the word that came to me the other day was like, oh my God, I'm free now. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Like, I'm free. I'm free. I'm like, I don't feel caged anymore. I don't feel caged. So, let me see what else. I'm sorry. I'm just exhaling. I am literally exhaling. I'm literally exhaling. Let me see what else. So I've been out here for like 59 minutes. I'm gonna go downstairs and get me some coffee and just chill out for a minute. My sis, her channel is the Most High. She's messaging me on WhatsApp. I don't know if she knows that I'm on a live, but yeah, I need to like, I check in with her every day actually. Like we talk every day. She's in Miami. Her channel is in my channel lineup too. Her channel is called TMHGAIJ, and that's the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And she's from Haiti, and she uploads like spiritual prophecies, dreams that the Most High has given her, and they actually are manifesting. So I highly recommend her channel because the dreams that the Most High has given her, those dreams are manifesting. Manifesting. So basically, you know, like we're seers. So we can see what's coming. The Most High is going to show it to us. And one of the things I actually believe about seers, all seers are prophets, but all prophets are not seers. So basically, that's the best way that I can explain that. So anybody else have any questions? Because I'm going to go downstairs and get me some coffee and check in with her, see what's going on. And I need to call my daughter and check in with her, my daughters, and my little G baby boy. So anybody else have any questions? It's like, I've been out here for 1 hour, so it's probably like 8 something in the morning right now. So that means it's 8, so that's probably like 2 o'clock over there in the East Coast, 2 something in the East Coast. So it's been a blessing chatting with you all, family. Anybody have questions? Anybody have questions? I'm pretty much willing to answer almost any question. And I love that Gigi asked me about the date with the guy. And so, yeah, so once I told him I'm not having any children, like from anybody else, because I made a vow to my ex-husband that I wouldn't, he didn't like that. Yeah, so yeah, basically. So I'm going to sign out now. So Shabbat Shalom to all my family all across the world. And our sojourners, because I love us all. And I'm still heavy in my prayer. Nothing's changed. I'm on my spiritual appointment, doing the greater works. Yes, because I love us. Because our God loves us. I love us. All right, my people. Bye-bye for now.